Hey, what's going on, guys? We are back with episode 9 of the Advancement Hunter series. Today, we have a few goals. I'm going to try to get most of the quote unquote easy remaining achievements, the ones that don't require me to do a lot of things, as well as trying to get the last biome for adventuring time, which I believe is a Mushroom Island. And then there's an advancement where I have to slay every single hostile mob, and I only have 4 left, and I think I know 3, maybe 4 of them, so hopefully I can get that one done. And maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to complete the smithing template challenge by finding an ancient city, but we'll see how that goes. Alright, first up is the sound of music. I'm pretty sure I have a meadow right next to my base, so I think all I have to do is just play a song from a jukebox, and that'll be an advancement, so let's go get that real quick. Okay, so on the left we are in a meadow biome, and I believe the advancement just says that I have to play a song in a meadow, so there we go. And here's my favorite song. Alright, so I just found this achievement as well. I've never done this before, but I have seen it been done before. And I remember a few episodes ago, I found a lush cave and actually grabbed up an axolotl. So if we just find a drowned zombie, all I gotta do is place it next to it and attack it, and that's another advancement in the books. Okay, so I found a drowned zombie. I think all I gotta do is place the axolotl and attack it. There we go. Okay, sweet. Not bad. Alright, here we go. So I believe there's another achievement that I missed last episode, where if you put on wolf armor, you can take it off with shears, and there we go. There's another advancement. Alright, I'm gonna craft up a few campfires because the next few advancements that I want to start working towards involve bees. We need a couple of them, so it's good to get them started now because they do take a little while. Alright, so I've got 3 bees nests here and 3 campfires, so essentially all you've got to do is place campfires underneath bees nests, and they will be pacified, so they will not, like, attack you, I guess. So eventually the bees will come out and pollinate the nests, and once it reaches honey level 5, we can shear it to get honeycombs, which is going to give us 2 different advancements down the line. Alrighty, so I crafted up a few brushes, and I'm gonna go look for some underwater structures and try to find some suspicious sand. If I use the brush on suspicious sand, it'll give me random items similar to how the one of the last episodes went when I was using it on suspicious gravel, but I get different drops, and the main drop that I'm looking for is a sniffer egg. If I can get a sniffer egg, that'll get me an advancement, and if I place it down, it gets me another one. And then another one comes after that too. So it's just a bunch of achievements as long as I can go get a sniffer egg. So let's see if I can find one. Alright, so we have found one of the sand ruins in an ocean. So all we've got to do is brush off. Are you serious? The first try? That was my first try out of any of my brushes. That's amazing. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I might as well just look a little bit more for another one to speed up the next process. So let's go for it. Are you for real? Did I just get a trident on my first try? Are you serious? Alright, so I made a little pen for our sniffer. So we just gotta place this down right there. And then I think it's like an hour or so. It'll hatch, and then it'll grow up. And then it'll dig for items. And we need, I believe, what's called a torch flower for another advancement. So we've gotta wait probably another 2 episodes for that to happen. So we'll see you in a while. Alright, so I noticed that on the F3 menu on the right side, it tells me the honey level that's in a beehive. So all 3 of these are actually at 5. So I can do 2 different things here. I can first grab up a honey bottle, and second, I should be able to shear this. Nice. Okay, so we got honeycomb, which leads us to our next advancement. Alright, so I've got a block of copper here and some honeycomb. I think all I have to do is right-click it for an advancement, and there we go. Perfect. So I've noticed there's 2 advancements that have to do with, I believe it's the new mangrove swamp. So I have to find all 3 types of frogs, and I also need to catch a tadpole in a bucket. So I think I know where one is. I'm gonna go head towards it and see if I can get both of these done. Oh my goodness. After, I don't even know how long, probably like 70 hours on this world, I have found the mushroom biome, and we just got adventuring time. That is so amazing. Let's go. Oh my goodness, I just realized that was the 100th achievement of this world, which is so perfect because this is arguably one of the hardest 3 achievements in the game. That is so perfect. Alright, here we go. We are now in a swamp and mangrove swamp right next to each other. So what we need to do here, we need to find tadpoles and get them in a bucket. And we also need to get all 3 of the different frogs on a lead. I also believe there might be a Froglite advancement where I have to have each of the frogs eat a magma cube, but that's for a later time today. Okay, here is the first frog. He's running away, but, oh jeez. Okay, so I've got him on a lead. Let's look for the other 2 now. Alright guys, so I've read online that the frogs don't actually all spawn in the swamp. They spawn in all different types of biomes, and tadpoles are gained from making 2 frogs breed, and then they will lay eggs, and then you'll get the tadpoles. So this is actually a lot longer of a process than I thought. So we have to wait for it to be nighttime, we have to kill some slimes, and then we have to breed 2 frogs together in water using slime balls. And then we should be pretty close to getting this done. Alright, so we now have some slime balls, which is perfect. So now we need to go get those 2 frogs, breed them, and wait for the tadpoles. Alright, so I got both of the frogs next to each other. Now all we have to do is feed them slime balls in the water, and then they should make tadpoles, hopefully, if they can ever figure this out. Alright, since the last guys did not want to make it work, let's see if this works now. Okay, perfect. Alright, so we now have tadpoles. I don't know if I can... Oh, I just did that. Oh my goodness. Alright, so it has been a little while. Hopefully these guys can breed and make tadpoles, and I won't screw it up this time. Okay, time to AFK for another 10 minutes until these guys hatch. So, let's go. Oh, okay. Perfect. So it looks like the tadpoles have hatched, which gets us another advancement. So we're going to need a couple of these, at least just one, because the green frog only spawns from being hatched. So we have this one, we need the orange one in a warm biome, and then the green one is the final one. Alright, so we now have a magma cube. I'm going to send him down there. Hopefully he can go to my portal. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna bring him over here. We are right outside of the swamp. All we need is for the frog to come in and just eat the magma cube. So let's try it out. Hopefully this guy jumps straight through and we can have him get eaten. There we go. Alright, I know I need it to be the smallest size, so hopefully... There we go. Alright. And then, wherever this frog went, this is harder than I thought, but there we go. Okay, perfect. We got the first pearlescent Froglite. I think we need 3 of them, but that's a really good start. Hey, dude, chill. Yeah, come over here. See what happens. See what happens, buddy. Yup, gone. Deleted. Ooh, alright. Our sniffer has officially spawned, which is awesome. He's still just a baby, but once he's big enough, he will start digging, and he will get us an item, I think, every, like, 10 minutes. So we just gotta wait for that, and that should give us another advancement pretty soon. Alright, guys, so I have been raiding a bunch of ocean monuments, and I've gotten a ton of blocks of gold. Just enough to get this beacon fully maxed out. So let's go ahead and get it done. Here we go. There we go. And fully powered beacon. That's another achievement in the books. Let's go. Alright guys, so after further research, I found out that I think only white frogs spawn naturally. So to get the 2 other frogs, you have to hatch tadpoles in the respective biome. So to get the green ones, you need to hatch them in a snowy biome. And to get the orange one, you need to hatch it in a temperate or warm biome. So I'm going to hatch these tadpoles in here, And then I guess I'm going to go get some more and hatch it in a different place. Alright, so I have just found out that it takes 20 minutes for this guy to turn into a frog, but I can feed him slime balls, and it'll make him grow, so he's going to be big and strong. Wow, this guy is hungry. Okay, I can't give him all of the slime balls, but I think 48 should be enough. Okay, awesome. There we go. So now we can put this guy here, and hopefully he doesn't enter the nether. I'm actually going to make sure he can't. And then we're going to go find a magma cube. Alright, here we go. Time to unleash havoc. Feast upon them, my buddy. Yes! Let's go! Okay. That's so awesome. Alright, that's 2 frog lights down. Alright, guys. So, I am 39 out of 40 on a balanced diet, which is eating everything that is edible in the game, and I am 99% sure that a rabbit stew is the last thing that I have to eat. So let's go ahead, eat this, and get the advancement. Finally! That's another big one in the books. Let's go. Alright, here we go. We are getting the second tadpole down. We're going to just feed him 100 slime balls, because I don't really have any use for them besides this. And then this one should spawn into an orange temperate frog. And then once he eats a magma cube, we will be completed with the frogs. Alright, little bro just ate 60 slime balls. That has to be enough. Awesome. Okay. Oh, wow. I did not know that was an advancement. Okay. Wait, yes I did. Alright, so as many of you probably know, I'm quite stupid. So, this whole time I have been trying to get a magma cube into the overworld instead of a frog into the nether. And now, I thought that that was the easier way, but in reality, you can lead frogs and not magma cubes, so it would have saved me about 30 minutes. So let's go do this real quick. Alright, that was literally 100 times easier, so feast up, little guy. There you go. I'll let you get all of them. These things look pretty cool. Alright, there we go. We have got the final frog lights we need. I'm gonna let this guy live and not keep him in the nether, of course, and we'll head back to the base. Alright, guys, we now have all 3 of the frog lights all in the inventory at once, and that is going to be the final advancement of this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I made so much progress this episode that I am so excited about. We even got a sniffer egg, so we're going to be looking for some stuff from him next time. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so happy with all the progress that I've been making this season. I'm going to do some longer achievements in the next few episodes, so I probably won't be getting as many per episode, but we are nearing the end. We are over 100 advancements in. So make sure you guys stay tuned for the finale, probably in a few episodes if I had to guess. But thank you guys once again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.